Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. I wanted to continue the trend that I started. I had the best books that I read this winter, and now I have the best books that I read this spring. I only have 4 books right now, but all 4 of these were 5 stars, so let's get to it. So the first book is The Cruel Prince, written by Holly Black. To me, this is like the biggest surprise 5-star of the entire year, because I honestly went into this book thinking I would hate it. I had been burned at the beginning of the year during February with a couple of the picks that I had, and I just wasn't enjoying books about Fae. So when this book was nominated for the Best YA category for the BookTube BestFF Awards, I was like, all right, well, you're gonna have to read it. You were not gonna read it, but now you have to, so I guess that's that. I got sucked in. Honestly, it has nothing in it that I thought I would enjoy. It seemed very run-of-the-mill YA, but Holly Black has given me hope that there are still YA stories out there that are for me and that I'm gonna love, because I just I love this book. So as I was going through that book, I was like, I absolutely need to continue on with this story. So then I picked up The Wicked King, written by Holly Black, book number 2 in this series, and all the things that Holly Black does, I guess I should explain that I feel like I would try and guess what would happen. I was like, here we go, this is going to be super predictable, and then that's not what would happen. Holly Black completely threw curveballs at me left and right. This book, the ending of this book, I felt like I got punched in the face. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Everything about these 2 books took like all the good stuff about Fae stories and left like all the crap behind, and I'm here for that. I'm thankful to Holly Black for finally giving me a Fae book that I was like, oh good, this genre is not dead. YA is not dead for me. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm okay being a 32-year-old woman, completely rooting for all of the messiness that happens in both of these books, and I am here for that. Okay, so then the other 5-star reads. So this is Skyward, written by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book that was not part of the Mistborn trilogy that I've read from Brandon Sanderson. This is the first YA book that I've read from Brandon Sanderson, and then this is also the first sci-fi book that I've read from Brandon Sanderson, and I enjoyed it so much. I didn't really know what to expect going in because I'm not like a Brandon Sanderson stan yet, but I went into this and I was like, I'm going along for the ride. Again, it was nominated, anxious to see what we have, and I ended up enjoying it so much because it was so much fun. Like, I had so much fun with our characters when she's in flight school, and all the character drama and like the friends that she forms in flight school, and them learning the ins and outs of the plane and her little adventures, and her trying to get over what has happened to her family and what has been done to her, and learning her way into society and helping out the bigger picture. And I had a lot of fun because it was just fast-paced, which I do enjoy when it's done right. Skyward made me think that I need a call sign. All right, and then this book, this is The Calculating Stars, written by Mary Robinette Kowal. This is, again, a best sci-fi pick for the BookTube SFF Awards. So I listened to this on audiobook, and it's narrated by the author. She did an amazing job. She had really great voices. This story was just, again, not something I knew I needed until I read it, and then I was like, it has all the things. It has all the things. It's an alternate history United States where a meteorite comes and crash lands on Earth. Our main character, who is a physicist, she's married to an astrophysicist. She's a pilot herself. They figure out mathematically that they're in an extinction event, and Earth as they know it is definitely going to have to change. They're going to have to take 2 drastic measures, and their drastic measure was, we need to get people on the moon, otherwise the human race is going to die out eventually. Keep in mind that this story takes place in like the 1950s, so we're dealing with class issues, we're dealing with race issues, we're dealing with feminist issues, so it's like this landscape that we're sort of familiar with but not really. And the space race in the 1960s, they're not just trying to land on the moon, they're trying to colonize the moon. It was phenomenal. It was amazing. I said in my Goodreads review that if I had read this book when I was in high school, I might have tried harder in calculus. Like, this book inspired me so much. I feel like it would inspire so many young women readers if they're looking to go into STEM-related fields, because this made me believe that I should have taken college physics and tried harder in calculus so I could do all the amazing things that our main character can do in here. I loved it. 5 stars. So there you have it. I have 4 5-star reads that I read this past spring. There's already some really great contenders that I have coming up for the summer reads that I have. I only finished 1 book in the month of May, and that was the Calculating Stars. I didn't do a very good job reading this spring, but out of those books, I feel like I did hit some winners. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your patience while I got back to BookTube. And of course, if you want to follow me not on BookTube, then you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. It's at whatcassread, same as this channel, super easy to find. And then you can also find me on Goodreads if you want to see what I'm reading like in real time. And that link is always going to be listed down below. Otherwise, you know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later. Bye.